Just go. Rip the Band-Aid.
I'm ripping the Band-Aid.
Okay.
Okay, hi everybody. I think we're live and good to go. This is Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches, and I have Becca with me. Say hi.
Hi. Oh,
And
no, the video just there. Sorry.
no, you're fine. Tonight we are going to sew the Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilt, the mini Valentine quilt puzzle that they had. So this is what it sort of looks like. They didn't have it up. They sold out very quickly because this is the first time they've ever done this. So if you didn't get in on it this time, if you look under the video, I put a link to their next puzzle mystery quilt, which is coming up later this week. It's starting the big quilt. And also I put a link to their Facebook group because that's how I found out about this Valentine mini quilt. And I just happened upon it. And then the next day they were sold out. So I was able to grab one. But they didn't make like a huge announcement like they usually do for their puzzle mystery quilts. So if you guys are interested in doing this in the future, these mini ones, definitely join the Facebook group because that's where they announced it. And because I think they're planning on doing this again in the future because it was successful this time around. At least that's what I've heard. So yeah, so Becca and I were able both to get one. Oh, you're showing the card? Perfect. Yep. I'll let Becca show that. So that's the colorways coming up for the puzzle mystery quilt that's starting on Friday, called So Sweet. And they're sold out of some colorways, but there's still quite a bit of colorways open. Some really, really pretty ones. And so if you guys want to still get on that, you can. And like I said, these little mini puzzle mystery quilts they're going to do every now and then. So just keep an eye on their Facebook group so you can grab one. The price was really reasonable. They gave us several choices of colors. I picked the blues, of course, because I love blue. And what did you pick again, Becca?
The purples.
Purples. I like purple too. So this is going to be fun. And I think there was pink and green, right?
Yeah, something like that. It was 4 different colorways.
Yeah.
And the whole thing's put together with grunge. I'll give you another clue.
Yeah. And they came in these little, like, we got all of the week or all of the days, and they came in these little clue packs. They're really cute. It says like clue 1. And so, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. So over the next, I think it's only a week that we're doing all this, right?
Something like that. I actually don't even have the dates in mind.
I don't either, but I think it's like every 3 days or something.
Something like that.
So
the whole idea is that you're getting a sample of the puzzle mystery quilt program.
Yeah. And I think it's going to take us, I think it's every 3 days we do another clue. So it's probably going to take us about a week, 10 days maybe to do this whole thing. So we're going to just pop on the days that they release the clues. So I think the next one is Thursday, Friday, and sew these up for you guys so you can see what this is. So I'm going to go over here to the YouTube so I can see who's here. Sorry, my camera's here, but my YouTube's over here. So I'm going to just look this way for a few minutes. Linda Deller's here. Hello. Sandra Kinney's here. Donna Bogart, Linda Foose, Catherine, Mary Jane Ellinger, Dee Gallman. The text is about this big. So sorry, guys, if I don't say your name correctly or if I miss someone. Laura Miller, Terry, Christine Adams, Brenda Foley, MJ, Pauline, Angel M, Lori, hi guys, Carol, Tammy the Crafting Disaster. Hi everybody. Thank you guys so much for popping in. I know this is kind of not scheduled because I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember the exact time and dates that they were releasing this. So we just kind of, I talked to Becca earlier today and we're like, let's sew this. So,
and I want to give you guys an idea of what the package actually looks like because this is a little different than what the puzzle mystery quilt program is. Normally you get a small package with the puzzle mystery quilt that comes in the mail and you sew your clue together. It has a sheet of instructions and just the things for that clue. But this time they've made this a mini puzzle mystery quilt. I'll pull this back here so you can see. And so you got a little package that looked like this, which I think is super cute. And then as Stephanie showed you, I put everything back in here so you could get the experience. You have all of these goodies inside. And so when you pull it out, you've got your backing fabric and stuff. You've got all 5 of your clues in these really cool envelopes, which is what Stephanie just showed you a couple minutes ago. There's actually 4 clues and then your finishing kit. So clue number 5 is your backing. And then you even get 2 small spools of thread. I've got a purple because I'm doing the purples, and then a white. And I'm guessing Stephanie has blue, right? You want to give
I
them
can't remember where I put it. Let me see if I can find it really quick so I can show them. But yeah, it's some really pretty blue and white.
Yep.
I have been reorganizing and cleaning my space. And when you clean, sometimes you can't figure out where stuff's at. I found it though.
Right.
Here it is. So mine's blue and white. Perfect.
And this is grunge fabric, right, Stephanie?
This is grunge fabric. Yeah. So everybody got grunge. It was different colorways of grunge. So yeah, I'm super excited to sew this. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let me see. I know more people came in, so I want to go back and check really quick.
Sure.
Shelly's here. Hi, Shelly. Terry Zimmer's here. Joy Stone. Terry Cooper. Judy's here. Charlene. Elizabeth. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. Oh, somebody said, glad I saw this just now. And Becca, I need to tell you, I love how you finished your shelving units. They're gorgeous.
I can't see that name.
I can't either. The text is like teeny tiny.
Yeah. I'm not sure who said that, but whoever it was, thank you. This has taken a lot of work, still not done, but
Yeah.
I'm working at it.
I'm going to actually go ahead and talk to them. I'm going to pull up YouTube on my phone so I can see the words because they're so tiny.
Okay.
I know I'm missing people and I don't want to miss you guys. So
that's fine. I'll just read the comments out for you so you can hear them.
Joy
Joy Stone is here from Texas. Terry Zimmer.
These people know.
I do the same thing. We've got Charlene, Elizabeth, and Judy, and Shelly. Netta Overholser is here. Hi, Netta. And BJ7481, Marie Hahn is hi. She says, hello, sorry, Stephanie, Becca, and everyone. I'm not sure why she's saying hi, or sorry, but hello. Can we talk before we get started? And I want to do this. We can do it for a number of reasons, but the little quilt block above your shoulder is absolutely gorgeous. And it looks a lot like the Cotton Cuts logo. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Sure, I sure can. Actually kind of forgot this was back here. So this is the first block in the Block of the Month program that our friend Yvette is doing. She has a piece or a foundation paper piecing club called Piecing It Real, where she teaches people how to paper piece. And she's doing a Block of the Month this year. And this is January's block. So I just finished this in the nick of time in January last night. So I really love the way it came out. Becca will tell you, I'm not a huge batik fan like she is, but I use batiks in this and then the black grunge, and I really like it.
Yeah, that's really good. Do we have a link for where people can check out Yvette's foundation paper piecing program if they wanted to get in on that Block of the Month?
I certainly can get one. Yeah. So I'll pull one right now if you want to keep talking.
Yeah. I'll keep reading through the comments. Brenda said she loves that block. She also says hi. Anne-Marie says hi. MJ says, Stephanie, my daughter was asking if you were going to do the 4-block wall quilt for spring like you did for the changing seasons and winter frost. She claimed mine and wanted me to ask.
Oh, I am. Thank you for asking. I am working on, I've got a lot of things going on right now. Most of you know, if you watch me or you watch Yvette or Becca, that I've been really sick. I was down for almost 2 weeks with the flu, and I still have a little bit of congestion, but I'm feeling a lot better. So thank you everybody for your well wishes, but I'm so behind in so many things. My mystery spring quilt is coming up. I finished cutting all the fabric this afternoon, sending those out tomorrow. But today was supposed to be the cutting instructions and Sunday was going to be the first block sewing together. But I pushed everything by a week because I am behind. The fabric came late. It was a combination of the fabric came late and I was sick. It came while I was sick, so I wasn't able to cut anything. It was supposed to be here a week earlier. And if it would have been, then it would have been on time. Then I've got the retreat coming up that we're working on, and I'm writing a pattern for that. And then I'm writing a pattern for this spring wall hanging. So that will be coming very soon. But to be honest with you, it probably won't come out until late February-ish because I've got all these moving parts right now. And on top of it, I am going to be sewing the next Fort Worth Fabric Studio quilt along, which is starting in just a few weeks. And it's called As Luck Would Have It. It's going to be a green and white St. Patrick's Day themed quilt. And I will be putting up a video in the next couple of days because I'm going to have a kit to give away to people. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So yes, that was a long way to answer the question. There will be a spring wall hanging, and it's all these wall hangings that I'm doing where I'm giving you guys the pattern for free. They're all going to be that same form where it's like 4 blocks with the sashing in between. So all I have to do is change out the blocks, but I'm excited to do a spring one. I just love spring. It feels good to me to do springy things after the dark gray winter here in Northern Ohio. So I'm really excited and looking forward to doing that with you guys. So stay tuned.
That's awesome. We've got a couple more things in the chat for you. Catherine really wants to learn foundation paper piecing, so she should check out Yvette's program. Yeah. Marie says, Stephanie, I am sandwiching my See This Is for Love quilt. Yay. I love it, and I loved your videos on it.
Oh, thank you. That was a lot of fun. It was hard to sew on that black fabric. That was a little tricky on my eyes. And a few people asked me why I wasn't sewing on Black Beauty. And I was like, there's no way that I could sew black fabric on Black Beauty because I could barely see it on my white machine. So
wait, let's just talk about that for a second. I see your machine in the lower corner of your video. You're sewing on Bubba. Well, no, Bubba's mine.
Beast. On the Beast.
You're sewing on the Beast. Why is Black Beauty not coming out? This is a new project.
Well, it is. I'm gonna do this on because I haven't had time to pull Black Beauty out and play with her. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sewing the spring mystery quilt on Black Beauty. So that'll be the first time that people will see me sewing on her. So I'm excited to pull her out and play with her. And she came right in the middle of all that. Like, asked Becca, I was praying that she would come before I went out of town so I would have a chance to play with her. And then I got back and I was so sick, and she came and I couldn't even take her out of the box.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah. So I'm excited to play. I took her out of the box. I showed you guys, but I'm excited to definitely start playing with her. So I'm going to use Black Beauty starting with my spring quilt. So you guys will see that in those videos.
Awesome. Yeah. More comments, and we could probably get started. Okay. Marie wants everybody to know that that is awesome, and that's a cute block, and I have to agree that block is amazing.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Netta's saying that the February block was just released, and now there's 2 blocks. Is that a yearly block of the month that's in Piecing It Real? So that would be the incentive for staying in the program for a full year, is you're getting a 12 block?
Yeah, it's going to be 12 blocks, 1 each month, and I haven't seen the February one yet. I haven't been on the site today, but she did talk about it yesterday, saying that she was going to be putting the February block up. So that's good to know that it's up, and I can't wait to see what it looks like, because this one was gorgeous and it was a lot of fun to piece it too. So
I bet it was. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. I think that's pretty much. Sorry, a couple more. Terry wants to know, is your Black Beauty a vintage singer, as is mine? Do you want to tell everybody who Black Beauty is, in case they missed it?
No, not a vintage singer, although I would love to have one of those. It's a Janome, and it's another straight stitch only machine, because I've been teaching some people lately locally here. And excuse me, I'm sorry, I still have a little bit of stuff in my throat. So I apologize for that, because I know that's kind of gross, but I've been teaching some people locally here, and they've come over with like machines that don't work. So I was like, okay, I can't teach them if they don't have a machine that works. So I really was like, okay, I need to get a second machine. And you guys know how much I love my Janome. And so I've been looking at this machine, the one I bought, the Black Beauty, for over a year. Well,
when I finally decided to pull the trigger and buy it, it said Janome HD9. The white was actually out of stock, and I bought it from So Yeah, and T Income called me and he's like, look, I can get you it, but it'll be like it's going to be several months. And I was like, what? And he's like, but woohoo, they have a special edition, a black one, if you don't mind black. And I was like, ooh, I'll take it. So for the same price of the white one, I got the black one. And the fun thing is that the black one came with an extension table that's black, whereas the white one didn't come with the extension table. So that was a bonus. So I was like, I'll take black. So now I have the Beast and I have Black Beauty.
Awesome. I always joke because I feel like now you have a whole cast of a Disney movie hanging out in your sewing room. Beauty
That's
and
true. I didn't even think about that.
Awesome. One more question, and then we'll kind of get into the spring or into the Valentine sew along.
Sure.
But this is in regards to Yvette's Block of the Month. Is there a video in her club for those Block of the Month blocks?
There's no specific like tutorial videos, but there's the she hosts, if you join Piecing It Real, she hosts 2 Zoom meetings a month, and we're sewing these on those Zoom meetings, which she records and puts on her website. So you can go back and watch that. But there's no like tutorial per se. Now, if you've not foundation paper piece before and you're interested in trying, she does have some very beginner blocks besides the Block of the Month on her site, which have videos to go with it. So yeah.
Yeah, so but that's good to know. You don't have a video tutorial, but instead you have direct real-time access through Zoom to her and others that are working on that Block of the Month program. So if you do have questions, you can just speak them out rather than scrubbing through a video.
Yes. Yep.
Good. Okay. I think we're ready to get started. Are you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
So let's take the lead here, Steph. What are we doing first? What are you
Okay,
do
so
first?
I don't have a close-up camera unless I make you guys seasick and move mine, but I know Becca does, right? So yeah,
Yep.
There you go. So watch her hands. Okay, so I'm going to open my clue number 1. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Now, we didn't get instructions in our clues because I'm quite sure that they would be like, yeah, if we send instructions, somebody's going to go ahead and do every single one before. So they emailed us the PDF instructions today. So this is the PDF. I printed it off. And because there's so many different colorways, I didn't get one specifically for like blue. It just says lightest fabric, medium fabric, darkest fabric. So I'm going to start by separating my pieces here. And then of course, our background fabric. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is separate my pieces.
I'm having a bit of a problem with my iron.
Oh.
Sorry. I had to take the lid off. It was kind of stuck on there. I don't even know why the lid was on. Don't ask. All right.
I did it.
The pieces. So in the clue instructions, I'll walk you through this because this is exactly how the Puzzle Mystery Quilt program works. You get a sheet of instructions. This does look a little bit different than the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and that's because it's a different program. But you have a legend on top that tells you what your clues will look like, and it'll also tell you the pieces that are in your package, and so you can kind of separate them by that. Normally what you get on the sheet of instructions is a little number that tells you how many of each of those pieces that you have. I don't see that this time, but this is a different program than what we've had before. So Stephanie, I know, likes to keep hers all nice and tidy and organized, and I'm all for organization, but I also just very much will sew my entire clue, leaving my fabric in that messy pile.
You and I are so different. That's funny.
I start out like trying to get it organized. I'm like, okay, this is going to go here and this is going to go here. And then these are like, I'll do this, totally will do it. And then about halfway through, I'll just be like, and it'll all be a mess. So,
and you guys can't see it, but mine are all like colors together in neat little piles. So that's just, it's so funny.
You know what? We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with the light, the medium, the dark. I guess this one would be the dark, right? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I think that's dark, the plum. Yeah.
Okay. And then these are obviously the background. So I will organize them in the same way that you are, just because I can. Okay, let's have at it.
Sounds good.
All right. So the sheet of instructions will give you all the information about what. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see what. Are you seeing the paper the same way I am?
Did you print everything? That doesn't look like
I,
everything.
all I got was one sheet of paper. Did I miss something?
There was 2 pages.
Oh, that would be why. I was like, "There's no typewritten instructions." I'm sure it's user
You
error.
just
Let
have
me
to
go.
guess.
Well, sometimes guessing is great. All right, hold on. Let me show me my clue. Yeah, okay, 1, 2. Yep, that's. I'm totally missing the next page. So I'm just gonna do this directly from my computer monitor. I don't need to have this printed out. Oh, and I think it's because I ran out of ink, because on the PDF that I have in my email, it actually does tell us the number that we have. So how about that?
There you go.
All right, so we're going to build out section 1A first, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So looks like we're going to take an A and a B and make some half square triangles. You want to, my A fabric is my background, pull this down, and my B fabric is my light. So I'm going to make these half square triangles out of that.
And it looks like we're doing 3 half square triangles of each color. So 3
Yep.
light, 3 medium, 3 dark.
So to make the half square triangle units, you're just going to put the pieces of fabric right sides together, and you're going to put this in the machine and sew along this long straight edge, just a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch away from this edge of fabric. And that's going to let you open it up and press it to, I'll probably press it to the purple side, but you'll be able to press it to the purple side and you won't have to square it up, because they've taken notches off of both sides of that triangle, so the dog ears are gone. And if you sew this with a good seam allowance, it should square up exactly to what you need it to be.
Yeah. So a few people have asked about an AccuQuilt cutter, and this is what an AccuQuilt can do. You can get triangles like this and it cuts off those dog ears for you. So that's really nice.
No squaring up if you use the tool to do the cutting for you in the beginning.
Yep.
So we're going to make 6 of all 3. So I am going to sew them. I'm going to sew 6 together. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I like to get mine in piles and then just kind of chain piece them. 4, 5, and 6. So I'll do my lights first, and then I'll do my mediums, and then I'll do my darks.
What I'm doing.
There you go. What are you guys doing for dinner this evening?
Oh, Netta said she's doing the blue colorway. Awesome. Charlene said, Becca, I meant to mention your pretty nails last time. They look really nice.
They kind of match my fabric.
They kind of do.
There it is right there. I haven't had my nails done in a while because I've been trying to get them stronger, so thank you. Oh, let me pull my comments back. I lost my, there we go. So you don't use a 1/4 inch seam. You can. I just like to put all of my puzzle mystery quilts together with a scant 1/4 of an inch. And all a scant 1/4 of an inch is just 1 or 2 threads less than a full 1/4 inch seam allowance. I find when I do that with my puzzle mystery quilts, when I'm pressing the block, and trying to square it up, it's pretty doggone near perfect when I do that.
And she does the scan. I just do a 1/4 inch, to be honest with you. And I always figure as long as I do the same seam allowance through the whole thing, it'll be fine.
Yep, exactly. You, as long as you're consistent, everything should work out.
I really hate the scant business. I think whoever came up with that should be not, they're not nice.
They're not. It's amazing how much difference one thread can make. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for color number 4, I only have 4 triangles for the dark color.
Yeah.
So
It looks like there's one less. That section 1A only has one section instead of 2.
okay. So I think there might be a typo in the instructions when they tell you to make 6 3 different times. I
Yeah.
think you make 6 of the light and the medium and 4 of the dark.
Yeah.
We'll see when we get there, I guess.
So how was your day? What were you up to today, Becca?
Worked. And I made dinner. And I get to sew. And I may or may not be forcing my mom, and forcing is such a strong word, but she is actively going through the entire Twilight series.
Oh.
She is Team Jacob.
Well, he is like the cuter one. Sorry.
I'm Team Carlisle. Like, forget all the kids. Like, Carlisle. Come on.
Yeah.
I made some baked chicken spaghetti for dinner tonight. And
That sounds good.
I know. I took a package of chicken tenders and put it in a casserole dish and cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And then I took a jar of spaghetti sauce and poured it over top of that. And then I took some spaghetti noodles, uncooked, like you would with a lasagna, and I just put them down in the sauce and made sure they were covered up. And I baked it for an hour at 350. And the noodles are perfect, and the chicken's cooked and nice and juicy, and we'll see if that goes over. It was definitely an experiment.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be easy to prepare though.
Yeah, I love a good casserole dish for the weekday evenings, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Lori said I cheated and got McDonald's.
Oh, that's all right. Sometimes you need to cheat,
That's right.
especially if you've had a
TNC.
long day. Yep.
TNC
Beverly
note
said,
today.
I'm with you on the 1/4 inch, Steph. And Nancy said, we have ice storms coming. Praying they got it wrong. Yeah, us too up here in Ohio. We're supposed to get, first of all, from tomorrow night through Thursday night, like 9 inches of snow, but there's supposed to be like a 1/4 inch of ice before the snow. So it may be very interesting the next few days.
Gosh. Wasn't like Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Vermont and everything supposed to get like 3 feet of snow or something last week?
They got there were some places like up in Massachusetts that's got like 30 inches of snow or something. Yeah, crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, can you imagine 30 inches all at one time?
Nope.
I mean, I know there's places that get that regularly, like, Montana, things like that, but when you're not used to it, that's definitely kind of scary.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to like a few inches, like 6 inches at a time here, but we're going to get quite a bit more, I think, than what we normally do.
Christine Adams is working on a Sugary Do 1-2-3 quilt along. It's an FPP quilt that she is going to use to teach ruler work quilting.
Oh, cool.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. I like Sugary Do's patterns. That she's got good patterns.
I've bought them. I'm a sucker for. I think I have realized I like to collect patterns, and I really like to collect FPP patterns because I feel like that's something that I can't go wrong spending the money on, because they're not just giving you cutting instructions that you could figure out. They're actually giving you like the templates and stuff, and I'm a sucker for buying them, and I never do them. I just
collect them.
And I like to collect them, and I don't know why, because I don't do tons of intricate paper piecing.
Yeah. Someday, right? They're on the someday plan.
I like the easy ones. Although I will tell you, I bought. This is so funny because I know Yvette's doing a Judy Niemeyer on her lives on Wednesday nights. It's so funny because I put in an order with Checker to get some machine needles, and it suggested a quilt kit that was a farmhouse star, and I was immediately drawn to the fabrics in it, and it looks like a, what's the word for those stars where they're made out of diamonds? Lone Star. It looks like a lone star.
Hunter star?
Well, actually, I'll just show it to you. It's this. It's made out of batiks. This is the kit.
Oh, how pretty.
Is that pretty?
Yeah, I love it.
I got it. I know. I got it, and I was like, yay, I can't wait to do this. And I started looking at it. This is a stupid Judy Niemeyer kit.
Oh, that's an easier one, though.
I know, but it's more complicated than what I'm able to do right now. So
yeah.
I will get to it. It's going to go in my someday bin, and I'll tackle it one day, but today is not that day.
Yeah.
It'll be really pretty when it's done.
Jamie Meyer said, me too. I've bought about 10 patterns in the last 2 weeks.
I love them.
Lori Miller said, I'm getting 8 to 12 inches of snow after we get the same rain, ice like Stephanie. Yep, that's exactly. It's going to start as rain tomorrow, turn to ice, and then go to snow. So, whew. It's going to be an interesting 24 hours.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Maxine.
Okay. I've got the mediums pieced and pressed, and now I've pressed, and I don't know why I'm starching these. I think I'm just out of habit, and I probably shouldn't, but since I did it on some of them, now I need to be
doing it all of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Shelly said she's Team Edward, LOL. She said it's finally warming up here in Southwest Florida. That's good. Florida even got really cold during that last spell. I saw that like Tallahassee was like at 20 degrees, which I don't think they hardly ever get.
I had to laugh because I saw on Facebook somebody shared a falling iguana thing. They were like, falling iguana alert. And I was like, what? This has got to be crazy. But it's apparently a real thing that iguanas like go paralyzed at below 40 degrees. They're not dead, but they're just paralyzed and they shut down, and so they can fall out of trees.
So
am I gullible? Is that not a real thing?
What do they do then? Do they move them, or?
I mean, I guess if I'm walking down the street and one falls down on the floor in front of me, I might pick it up and move it out of the way so nobody steps on it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Huh.
it's
I
so weird.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Apparently, maybe I'm just gullible. Maybe it really isn't a thing.
Well, let's ask because I think Doreen said they got 12 to 24 inches last Saturday. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Let's ask some people from Florida because I know there's some Florida people here. Do iguanas fall out of trees like that? We're northerners. We don't have iguanas.
The only thing I've ever heard of falling is the rocks when you're driving through the mountain.
Yeah. That's really interesting, though.
It's a real thing. Kate said it's a real thing. My brother sent me a picture. It is crazy. They don't die, and they are told to not touch them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they are too big to step over.
Seriously?
Oh.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
So it could just like fall on your head. It is
Oh.
real. Oh my god.
That could like knock you out then if they're that big.
I might
Okay,
have
I need to go down to Florida and visit our Florida friends and go see these iguanas.
I just want to see. Oh my gosh. When they warm up, they move. Ah.
Oh, okay. What if they fall from something really high? Are they okay or do they die or?
I mean, I guess they could break their bones and stuff.
That's what I was
don't
wondering.
know.
Huh.
I saw a video and it was weird to see them falling out of trees.
Oh. Learned something new. At least I did.
Once they thaw out, they start moving again. That's what I meant to say. Got it.
My goodness. Well, we don't have anything like here like that. We just have to worry about when the big icicles start falling off the houses and stuff.
I have never had a garage or a roof. Well, actually, I don't know why I heard this. Because I guess I could have heard it at my old house. But when we had that really big snow, we were laying in bed and it was the middle of the night. And a big chunk of snow and ice like slid off of the roof and we heard it. I'd never heard that happen before.
Really? But you're from Michigan.
I was like, what is that? I listen, maybe I remembered it and blocked it out. I don't know.
Huh.
It was weird. I thought somebody was coming into the house.
Okay, so Catherine said Florida is like Australia in terms of weird animals. Oh, okay. Yeah, we just have squirrels and deer up here, so we don't have big old iguanas falling out of trees. Although I have to say I have hit a deer and that was very scary and very sad. Hello, Mary. Oh, okay. Huh. So, Shelly, do they have them down there by you? Because Shelly said it's a real thing, the iguanas. Are they like all over Florida? Because I've been to like northern Florida. I've never seen iguanas, but maybe I wasn't far enough south.
How was your car when you hit that deer?
Broken.
Was it totaled?
No. I was actually driving down like a state route and the deer jumped into the side of my car, like the back passenger. Thank goodness there was nobody back there. It just busted in the door, like pushed in the door and broke the glass. I was by myself, thank goodness. I didn't have any of the kids with me, but so I guess like I sort of hit it, but I didn't really hit it. It like jumped into the side of the back of my car.
Got it.
Yeah. Now there have been people that hit them and the deer, depending on the size of the deer doesn't make it, but the car's fine. It just depends on the size of the deer.
Teresa Louise is here. She said they just got in from plowing 1.5 feet of snow and it's still snowing.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's a lot of snow.
Indeed. All right, so now I've got all of my half square triangles made. What about you? How are you doing?
I've got them made. I'm just ironing them now.
Okay. So I'll wait for you to catch up and then we'll do the next step together.
Okay, sounds good. Mary said they have a lot of deer in Kansas that she's always afraid she'll hit one. Yeah. It's a scary thing during running season here. I'm always afraid I'm going to hit one because they come out of nowhere.
Mary said they went to Cancun and they run around like they're stray dogs down there. Like, I'm guessing they're talking about the iguanas.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never seen an iguana in real life except in a zoo.
I haven't seen any video of them falling either, so I want to check that out. Anne-Marie says that she's watching YouTubers James and Carla, and they've been doing lives in Florida every night, just about. They're in the Miami area, and they were just talking about the iguanas falling out of trees.
Oh.
Amy said, that happened to my husband. A deer ran right into the side of his Jeep. I hit a big buck at 3 a.m. headed down the highway. I had to walk a mile to get cell phone service.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow.
Was your accident, did you have a cell phone then? Like, or did it happen like...
Oh, it was just a couple of years ago. And it was a doe. I felt really bad because I wasn't sure she had a baby or anything. So I was like really sad because she didn't make it.
Oh, that's so sad.
So sometimes they just jump, like, I don't know if your car lights scare them or what, but they just literally jump right out, you know.
Yeah, I've had when I was growing up in Michigan, my dad would always say that if you saw a deer, don't flash your lights, honk your horn, because they get like that deer in headlights look where they just freeze and the sound will scare them away. So that's always like something I try to remember, but it's really hard to be like, oh, this is what you need to do in that moment, because you never know how you're going to act in a situation like that.
Yeah. Well, I try to look for when I don't like driving at night. But when I do drive at night, especially during running season, I try to look for, they say to kind of look out of your peripheral vision and kind of look for shining, because like from your headlights will make their eyes glow. Yeah. So I try to look for that off the sides of the roads, but because that one was like kind of behind me, it jumped into the side of my car, I never saw it. And there's nothing I could have done because I was already past like the point where I could have stopped, like, you know what I mean? But I felt bad.
Kate said she can email the picture that she got from her brother of the iguanas. If you email that to me, I can share it and Stephanie can see it here.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yep.
I don't know if fun's the right word. Be interesting.
Always. Yeah, interesting is a great word. Always late LP says those little deer whistles that mount on your bumper are great for keeping them from running toward your vehicle.
You know, it's funny that she said that because my grandma used to say that. So she put one on her van. And after she did that, she had 2 deer hit her vehicle. So we were like, does this really work or not? Because she put it like, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have never hit a deer, knock on wood. So really excited, really happy to be able to say that. However, I I have a fond memory that I love to give Jason crap for. We were driving on the freeway and I saw sorry, I can't do 2 things at once apparently. I saw a deer on the side of the road and it started coming into traffic, and I couldn't do anything other than ah.
Yeah.
And Jason saw the deer and was like changing lanes to the left, right? Like to get
Uh-huh.
away from it. But whatever happened, however this whole like this fraction of a second played out over what felt like an eternity, because I saw the deer coming out from the shoulder into the traffic. Jason's changing lanes to the left to give it a little bit more room, and it just misses. And instead what happens is the deer collides with my car, which is what he was driving at the same time, and it hits right up against the passenger window like this. And so
Oh,
I had this image ingrained in my head of the deer, like right up against the window. It
like
was,
smashed. Oh, goodness.
yeah, like I could see his teeth.
Yes.
Like the glass didn't shatter.
Oh,
So when you were talking about like glass shattering and stuff, I didn't even realize that that could have been a thing. I know they can total your car. I hear about that all the time.
yeah.
But the glass shattered, just scraped up the car, messed up the bumper a little bit. But poor deer did
Mhm.
not live from that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Keith hit a deer. This was years ago.
Hmm.
Before we had kids, he had a pickup truck, a small pickup truck, like it was a Chevy something, but it was like the size of a Ford Ranger or whatever.
Oh, yeah, like
And
a Chevy S10.
yeah, he was driving on a road that was all covered in snow and ice, and a deer was coming out, and he couldn't slam on his brakes because there was a big rig behind him. And like he's like, I'm either gonna hit the deer or I'm gonna get hit by a big rig.
Yeah.
So he ended up hitting the deer, and of course, it totaled his truck was done. It totaled it. The deer, it was a big buck. And so he didn't immediately die. He like ran into the field that was next to the road, and he kind of was running around in circles, and the police came and he was still there, and they're like, what do we do? So they ended up having to shoot the poor thing.
Oh,
So
no.
yeah, yeah. So it definitely could total your car, but it's sad when it happens to the animals too, because you feel terrible.
Yep.
So
Are you ready to move on to the next clue?
yes.
The next
Yeah,
step? All right.
I am.
So switch to the camera down here. So step 2, this is what mine is going to look like. You're going to take your half square triangle units and you're going to arrange them so that your background fabric is making like this diamond shape.
Mhm.
And Stephanie, am I reading this correctly, that we're going to make 2 sets of this for each colorway? Or is it just
Looks like we're going to make 2 sets of that for the light fabric and for the medium fabric, but for the dark fabric, just 1 set.
okay?
Yep.
So I'm just going to arrange my little fabric piles so that I've got 4 little stacks on either side, and then I'll take a seam right here and do that 4 times. I'll chain stitch it and I'll come back and press. Oh, I got a couple of pictures here for the, oh my gosh.
And the iguanas.
Yeah, hold on, I'll share my screen. So I actually got 2 pictures. Oh, disabled screen sharing. I can't share screen. I will forward you these and then you can look at them. It'll just be easier that.
All right.
And then if you want to share your screen and show people, you can.
Oh,
There's one.
you know me in technology. I'm not gonna be able to figure that out while we're live.
And there's another one. But they're in your email. The
Thanks.
one from is a picture of like tons of lizards in a variety of different sizes, just like they look like they're just sleeping.
Oh,
They just look like they're sleeping.
they're just hibernating.
Yeah. Did you trim yours down or did you just leave them as is?
Oh no, were we supposed to?
No, I was just curious what
Oh.
you did.
I was like, oh, whoops, I missed that. No.
I'm just going to keep a consistent 1/4 inch. I'm not going to square anything up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about perfection here.
And these are all going the same direction, correct? Yeah. Might be good if I actually read the instructions, right?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm maybe ahead of this? I don't know. Whatever. I feel like the instructions are not written as well as the puzzle mystery quilt.
Yeah.
I feel a little confused.
But maybe it's just because they did it so quickly. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Well, what I'm nervous about is in step 3, it says to join a square of 1B to one of the half square triangle units. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm getting it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of just, I'm not actually, don't do what I say, do what the directions say.
Actually,
I'm kind of just looking at the pictures, to be honest with you guys, and I'm going by the pictures of what it's going to look like.
I was reading the steps and the steps were confusing me. So when I look
Yeah.
at because the fabric's really easy, you have light, medium, and dark in your background. I actually think it's easier to look at the illustration and just recreate the illustration. So I
Yep.
would actually recommend to do what you're doing.
That's what I'm doing, guys. I'm looking at if you're doing this at home and you haven't started it yet, I think it's a lot easier just to look at the picture. The instructions are a little bit confusing. I'm not sure why, but
Okay,
maybe it's
so
just me because I'm not processing correctly right now because I'm still sort of tired.
I feel like I have extra pieces and that can never be good. Oh, nope, nope. Okay, nope, I didn't. I'm going to sew all my half square triangle units together because we're going to need
Oh, that's what I did. You didn't do that?
Nope, I didn't. I just did
Oh.
X number, and I should have just combined all of them. So I'm going to catch up really quick.
So how are you liking that new machine?
It's amazing, and I wished I would have pulled the trigger on this a year ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It is a
Good.
different experience than the Baby Lock, and they're not the same machine. Like, I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that this is better than the Baby Lock because it's not. It's a
No, they're completely different. Yep.
Yep. Completely different, night and day different. The
Yep.
Baby Lock's got tons of bells and whistles on it, but I never use them.
Yep.
It was pretty affordable too. So when you think about like since I was in the market for a second machine anyway, the price point on this versus another Baby Lock with all of those options, yeah, I'll take this. This was less than $1,000. Let me get back to the chat. Oh, they said to share the pictures on Facebook. Yeah, maybe Kate or somebody can do that.
Sandra said, I love my Juki too. Kate said, have you ever used that half square triangle paper? I have, yeah.
What do you think of it?
I don't love it. I found it frustrating because I had to pin so much or spray or something to make it go where I wanted to, but that doesn't mean that other people won't like it. You know what I actually like is I like that those cupcake things.
Oh, yeah. Those are great, aren't they?
I tried that when I made the pillow for our friend down in Florida for the retreat last year.
Mm-hmm.
I used those cupcake recipe things to make her a pillow, and the blocks came out really nice. That I do like.
Shelly wants to know, when did this kit come out and did everybody get an email?
No, they didn't. That was the funny thing, Shelly, is they didn't do an email on this. They just posted it on, they didn't even post it in the puzzle mystery group on Facebook, the Cotton Cuts one. They posted it in the group that I have the link to in the description box. It's the Cotton Cuts fabric group. At least that's the only place I saw it. I never got an email about it. And it was like the day I saw it, I went in, bought the kit, and then the next day they were already sold out. So it was like real quick. And I just happened to be in that group looking at something else and caught it. So I'm not sure if they just didn't do a whole lot the first time because it's the first time and they weren't sure how well it would do or something like that. But yeah, hopefully maybe that's something we can give feedback to Kim and say maybe they can email or advertise it the next time around, you know. How did you find it?
My cameras are acting up and I don't know why. Just give me a minute. It'll take a second to get things situated.
Oh, you're fine.
I found them from the Facebook group and I was thinking with the Facebook group, I was thinking maybe the reason they didn't put it in the mystery quilt group is because that is Sheila Christensen's thing. And I don't know if she patterns, right? She writes the quilt, and Cotton Cuts actually provides the clues and all that stuff, but it's the puzzle mystery quilt's actually her thing.
Yeah, I guess I could see that they wouldn't put it in because of that. I didn't think about that.
They could have done an email chain or something.
Yeah. I thought that's what they should have done, but
Actually wasn't my, like, I don't know what's going on. It's not my iron. Things are plugged in. I can go for hours, days, and nothing will happen. And I can have instances where the technology just decides it's going to fail me. And I don't understand what's going on. I've got new batteries, new cords. They're plugged into a battery backup. So there should be actually no surge to the camera equipment whatsoever.
Huh.
But it's happened twice in the hour we've been live. It's frustrating.
It's very odd when it happens. Yeah.
It is very odd. It's frustrating when it happens. I don't like it, but we're almost done. And the electrician is coming out, supposed to be this week. So I don't understand how it could be electricity.
Yeah.
I think, but I also don't understand how it can't be something with the camera because it happens to all three cameras, including the brand new one I just bought. I need help.
Somebody asked, do I eat venison? I don't know if they're talking to me or you, but I definitely do not.
Oh, no, I don't like venison. No, thank you.
I don't really eat any meat except for chicken. So, yeah. I'm not a meat eater.
I am going to organize all of my little fabrics so that I have piles of the things that I have built. I have the clues that we just sewn together. 1, 2, and then for the dark one, I need to sew this one together. I didn't do the dark yet. Like that, like this, like this. Look, are you so proud of me? I'm
very proud of you. You're very organized.
You're very organized.
Which is not you, so that's good. Somebody said Becca and her iron.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's not the iron because the iron wasn't heating up. It was already hot. And the cameras are plugged into a UPS. Like, I don't understand what the issue is.
Huh. Now, when they did the remodel, they upgraded your electrical box, right?
Well, they added a sub panel.
Oh, okay.
And they haven't been out to do the certification on the sub panel or any of the electrical yet. That's coming in the next week or so. So the only thing that I can think of is there could be something in the sub panel that could be causing electricity issues just in the house in general. But all of my camera equipment is plugged into an uninterruptible battery backup that gives me 5 minutes worth of power if the lights flicker or something. And so the way that works is, from the little bit that I read, the way that works is the internal battery in that battery backup charges, and it has enough capacity so that if all the lights in the house went down, all of the things that are plugged into that should have enough power to stay operating for up to 2 or 3 minutes. Well, the spikes that I thought I was getting would be a fraction of a section. So that battery backup should be plenty powerful enough to keep the cameras from wigging out. So the battery is giving an even uninterruptible power supply to the cameras. On top of that, I have also replaced the batteries in all of the cameras. It's happening to a brand new camera and the one I've had for 3 years. I don't know why it's doing this. Like, in my head, logically, anything that's going on with the electrical panel should not cause this issue because I have it plugged into a battery backup. But I'm not an electrician. I'm not skilled in that trade, and there could very well be something causing all of this. So we'll just have to be patient, wait and see. I have done everything I can to troubleshoot, and I'll just not let it frustrate me when it happens. And I'll very quietly get up and fix the camera and come back and do what I got to do.
Yeah. Well, that's a good attitude. And then when they come, you can explain, and maybe it's something simple that they'll be like, oh yeah, it does it because of this.
And that's the thing. Like, they're going to know I can't fix it. I have an appointment for them to come out. They're just trying to send one person out to do all the things at one time. So I just have to be patient and wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to try one thing though, because maybe the battery backup, I have too much stuff plugged in, too much heavy, powerful stuff. So maybe I'll just do this really quick. I'll plug the camera into here. I'll plug in the battery plus surge. So, okay. I just moved, and my camera, by the way, my iron's not even plugged into the battery backup, and it's not plugged into that outlet. It's not plugged into any of that stuff. So the iron can't be causing it either.
Very odd.
Yep. But that's that's why we have electricians. I've got all of my pieces sewn together and organized into the different categories. And so now I think what I'm doing, I don't know where you're at. So I'm going to kind of show the next step for me.
Yep.
I'm going to pull these little diamond bits aside just so they're out of the way and you can see what we're going to do next. For all three of these, I think, Stephanie, tell me if this is what you're doing as well. But for all three of these, I think we're taking our little half square triangle units that are left over, and we're going to attach a square to the left of them. So we'll do that for, I think, the light, the medium, and the dark. Is this what you think we're doing too?
Oh yeah, you're doing that ×2 for the light and the medium, and the dark, you're doing it one time.
So when I do that, right, but I also need one for the bottom row of that clue, right? So I have to have.
But they're opposite.
Oh,
on the bottom row, it's not the square's on the right, not on the left.
Got you. Thank you.
Yep.
So this is what I'm doing for the dark. I'm going to start with the dark so I don't get confused. I'm going to build one where the square is on the left and one where the square is on the right. And that's because we're going to pull you into frame. We're going to attach this piece that has our diamond to the one where the square is on the left. our little 4 patch, if you will, that we're building out should have a solid square in the lower left-hand position.
Correct. And if you guys are doing this at home, I just built one of those that she's talking about. I'll hold it up here in a second. And it's very, very bulky in the back. So I just did an open seam in the back. Comes out very bulky. Just FYI.
Yeah, I could see that. You've got a bunch of half square triangle units coming to meet in the middle.
Yep. Very bulky. Yeah, I started ironing it the one way and I was like, oh, that's not going to work. Excuse me.
Janet Johnson says, I love cotton cuts. The only trouble I have is the postage to Australia is taking a long time to receive. I'm still waiting for the last clue from Sparkle and Shine.
Yeah. That's why I don't ship anything to Australia right now for my shop, even though we've got viewers, because what they're doing is when we send stuff to Australia, it goes over there and kind of sits in its own little quarantine, for lack of a better term. Excuse me, for 6 to 8 weeks. So by the time I ship something to somebody, it's taking 3 months to get to them. And that's just crazy. They're being very cautious over there, which is good, but.
Rhonda says, hello.
Hello, hello. Shelly said, I will have to check the Facebook group more often. Yeah, that's the best advice I can give you. I think we're going to give Kim, excuse me. Oh my goodness. This thing. Sorry, guys. We're going to give Kim some feedback and see if maybe next time they can email people, because they have the email list for the puzzle mystery quilt people. So maybe they can email people if they do this again. Because I know there's a lot of people who missed out and I kind of feel bad. It would have been fun if we had more people.
I give up.
On the camera?
Yeah, it just aired out.
No. We'll just keep going with just your top camera.
Yep. I'm sorry. I'm just going to
turn
it off. What the heck is going on? Like I said, well, one shut off and one just gave me an error message.
Janet said it's frustrating is what it is. Yeah, that would be very frustrating waiting that long. I can't even imagine. That's why I decided not to ship right now, because I don't want customers to be sitting there being upset, because that upsets me. I don't like that.
Okay, well, I've got my darks done.
Awesome.
And
oh, those are pretty.
They are very pretty. So now I'm going to build. Stephanie, are you doing a spring box?
Yes, I am doing a spring box. Yep. I was going to have it for sale here at the beginning of February because the fabric was supposed to come in January, but it is sadly delayed. It seems like everything is getting delayed these days, and pretty much fabric that you think is going to come in at a certain time, I'm kind of in my brain just thinking everything's going to be at least a month, sometimes too late. The fabric is supposed to come in now, if it comes in on time, the end of February. So as soon as I see that it's shipping to me, then I'll put the box up for sale to you guys. I don't want to put it up and then I have to tell everybody like, oh, wait, you're not going to get it for another month because the fabric is, is late. Because until I see it shipping, I won't know that it's coming. So I hate to keep you guys waiting for so long. So yes, the answer is yes, I will have a spring box, but it won't go up until probably the end of February, maybe even the beginning of March. It just all depends on when it ships.
I think that's wise.
Yeah. I hate disappointing people. And I know, like, with all the delays, if you're not a fabric seller, a lot of people don't understand what all the delays are and that there's like literally nothing I can do. So it's just easier if I just wait until the fabric's ready to ship.
Well, it's not just the fabric either. We've got, I mean, my windows took 3 months to get in. They'll be in Friday, hopefully, as long as it's not delayed. But everything's
Everything's delayed. Yeah. It's not just fabric. You're right. No, it's everything. Everything. I mean, I went shopping yesterday after I went to the post office to get some groceries for our family, and half the grocery store shelves were empty. I mean, everything from cereal to bread to butter to fabric to toilet paper, everything is slow and delayed.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I saw on social media somewhere, somebody posted a picture or like a little video clip or something from their hotel room looking out at the ocean, and it was just lines of shipping containers on ships, just for like the whole skyline was just cluttered with them.
Yeah. Yep. Because they don't have enough people to work the port to get the things off the ships. So, and then once they come off the ships, you have to understand too that they don't just take them off the ship, put them on a truck and you get it. It has to go through customs. So, and depending on how long customs decides to investigate what's in there or hold it or whatever they're going to do, sometimes they just x-ray it and move it on. It can take an additional couple of weeks. So it can sit out in the ocean waiting to get unloaded for weeks and then take a couple weeks in customs. So that's the hard part. Like I've had like Riley Blake and Moda be like, oh yeah, it's in port now. Well, it's in port, but then they're like, oh, so we should get it in a week and it'll ship out to you guys. And then I'm like, okay, yay, my fabric's coming. And then it's like a month later and I still don't have it because even though it was in port, it was stuck in customs. So it is what it is. They're saying by the end of summer this year that they think that things are going to start to get somewhat back to a normal shipping schedule. So I'm just kind of being patient and waiting for that and hoping that happens. Huh?
The proof is in the pudding.
Yep, we'll see.
Janet Johnson said, Stephanie, I love doing the Valentine table topper with you.
Oh, good. That was a lot of fun. I was really, really, I felt really honored that they asked me to sew that. That was a lot of fun. And it came out so cute. I just loved it. And I'm looking forward to the next one.
We've got Janet. I already read that one for you. Tracy said, I love that block behind you. And then somebody else asked about that block. They just got here. Linda Denton, what is the block on the wall? I just got here. You want to go over that again? Or give a highlight for it or something?
Sorry, what did you say? The last thing you said?
Oh, that's okay. So Linda Denton was asking about what is the block on the wall behind you? And Tracy said she loves it as well. Do you want to explain what that is over your shoulder?
Oh, yeah. That block is from our friend Yvette has a foundation paper piecing club called Piecing It Real. And we just worked on that yesterday. That's why it's hanging there. At the beginning of the live, I completely forgot that I still even had it there and somebody mentioned it. But she's leading a block of the month. So one block for the next 12 months. So we'll have a whole quilt when we're done of these paper piecing blocks, and it was a lot of fun to make. So if you guys are interested in foundation paper piecing at all, Yvette teaches that on her channel, and like I said, she's got this club that you join. I believe it's $20 a month. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I think it's $20 a month, and you get
patterns, paper piecing patterns, and she gives 2 Zoom classes, or it's not really classes, but 2 Zoom gatherings a month where we're starting to sew the block of the month together with other people. So, okay. Are you all done with everything?
I'm having a bit of a hard time.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I've got my medium and my dark done, and I sewed this one wrong together. I'm now working on my lights.
Okay. So I've got my medium, dark, and light. That's
All
what
of
they
them?
came
Wow.
out looking like. Oh, I got to cut that string off.
I like how it looks like there's a stripe.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think this is going to look neat. And then they had us make these extra little pieces, which I'm assuming are going to go on something else another week. So, yeah.
I'm almost done. I just need like 3 seams.
So not bad, because we started the live at 5:30, but we didn't actually start sewing for what, 15, 20 minutes? So less than an hour to finish this clue. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I like the way they, like you said, they look like there's stripes.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this all comes together.
More seams after, so 3 more seams, because this one and then 2 more, and then I'll be done.
I made my table topper larger, going to hang it in my craft room. Awesome.
See what
Janet,
happens.
I decided that I saved my little clue one, so I'm going to put all these back in here for now. Janet, I decided my table topper that I'm going to put it on the end of my bed when my bed's made, because if I put it on my table, I have 4 children, it will be filthy. I was like, it's too pretty to put on the table to get it dirty. So, yeah. It hasn't made it upstairs yet, though. It's actually sitting right here.
When does the next program start? You said it was going to be green.
Actually, I can tell you right now. Let me grab the paper. The next one starts on February 14th. That'll be the cutting week. And then the first block will be on February 21st, then February 28th, and then March 7th. So it's a 4-week program, with the first week being the cutting. And it's going to be called As Luck Would Have It. That's the Fort Worth Fabric Studios new mystery quilt. And it's going to finish at 51 by 51. So a little bit bigger than the last one we just made. You could actually probably use this as a lap quilt. So I saw the picture of it, and it's really, really cute. I love it. And it's beginner friendly again, just like the Valentine one was. So I like that they're doing beginner friendly ones, since there's so many new quilters. So yeah.
I am going to scream.
Oh no.
I have sewn this block together wrong 3 times now.
Oh no.
It's okay. I can't sew it together 4 times wrong, because I just keep rotating the block the wrong way. So I looked at it this time before I put it under my needle.
Aw. Hi, Mary. Mary Baldazian's here. She said, wow, that's quick after this last project. Yeah, because it's like green and white. So it's kind of St. Patrick's Day themed. So they wanted to turn it out pretty quickly. Oh, hi, Kathy's Quilts and Crafts. How are you doing? The kits aren't out yet, Mary. Unfortunately, I don't want to say the word, but the virus got a hold of a bunch of the employees at Fort Worth Fabric Studio. So they're a little bit behind. They were hoping to have them out like when we finish the Valentine project, but I think they're going to have them out Wednesday or Thursday of this week. But they're sending me, it's on its way to my home. Hopefully it'll get here before the storm. An extra kit again this time. So look for that on my channel. When that kit gets here, I'm going to make a video about the new mystery quilt, and then give everybody a chance to win the kit. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. And then you guys can get a preview of what it looks like.
be awesome. Okay. I officially have all my seams sewn.
Anne Marie said, if you were going to add an outer border to the So This Is Love, which one of the prints in the quilt would you pick? Okay. Let's see. Grab the quilt. Because there's a striped binding, I would probably do one of the reds, Anne Marie, probably the little hearts. So like probably this print right here, the little hearts. Just because if you did the white, I don't think the stripe would look good next to one of the whites. It'd be a lot of white. I think it would look really nice next to one of the reds. Either one of the reds I think would look good now that I'm looking at them. But then I have this as my backing, this heart. So I would probably choose this heart as the extra border. So yeah.
Karen said, I missed the discussion about the next Fort Worth Fabric Mystery Quilt along.
Oh. St. Patty's Day with Fort Worth Fabric Studio sounds fun. I missed the last project. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's coming up, like I said. You should be able to order kits in the next couple of days. When my kit gets here and I can give away the kit, I'll show you guys what the kit looks like. And then I'll hopefully by then know when the kit is going to be ready for you guys to buy from them. Laura Veach said, I just finished one from a couple of years ago. I saw your winter one. That was so pretty. You're welcome, Anne Marie. Okay, Becca, show your blocks again. I missed it because I was showing the.
Yeah, not a problem. Here's the medium.
Oh, I love it.
Here is the light.
Oh, that freesia is so pretty.
It's gorgeous. And I love that you're just like, oh, I know which grunge that is. And that's
gorgeous.
Dark.
That one's called Zoe, by the way.
Oh, well.
That dark purple one. You have freesia, grape, and Zoe.
That makes sense. Okay.
Very pretty.
I'll take your word for it. Whatever you say. I'm very disappointed in my cameras, so I am going to pout and I'll be fine.
That's okay. It's fine. They got the idea. They saw my blocks. They saw your blocks. So we're good.
And I mean, I've got a great webcam on this. So
yeah. Janet said, I'm binding my Valentine quilt scrappy using all the fabrics left over. Oh, pretty. That'll be nice. I'm excited to see the new Fort Worth Fabric Studio St. Patrick's Day project because St. Patrick's Day is my birthday. Oh, how fun, MJ.
Ooh, then MJ needs to stick around for your video because MJ might be able to win that kit.
I know, right? That would be fun. Yeah, I can't wait till it gets here. I think it's going to come tomorrow. And as soon as it gets here, I'm going to make the video because I want you guys to see the kit because I love it. I've seen the preview. I don't have it in hand in person, but just from the picture that I saw, I really love it. So yeah. So yeah, somebody said they like the stripe binding. I love a striped binding. I think stripe bindings are so cute.
They are. They're amazing.
And this was so much fun to make.
It's gorgeous. And it's just in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that doing the sew along for somebody else, kind of forced me to finish it, which is awesome because a lot of times, we make so many things and we don't finish them. It forced me to finish it. And I'm glad it did because it's cute. And now I have something done for the holiday. So yeah.
I love it.
Looking to see if I missed any other comments. Did you see any? I don't think so.
No, I think I'm caught up on the comments. Although Terry said they had to wait 5 months for their whole house generator, and that's something we'll be doing the next month. So,
are you guys going to get a whole house generator?
Yeah, but we're in a good shape until then because we've got the fireplace and we've got a portable generator,
and it'll run enough stuff that we won't have, like, we'll have to use the fireplace for heat if it's in winter. But we'll be able to run some lights, charge some devices, run the microwave, stuff like that. So we'll be okay. We could even run the fridge to keep it relatively cold. Although, I mean, let's just be real. If it's cold in the middle of winter, we don't need to worry about the fridge because it's cold.
That's true. You can put stuff out in the snow.
That's right. The balcony or the patio, the deck, that's what it's called. The deck becomes the fridge.
Yeah. Awesome.
Did you finish Sarah's quilt?
Huh?
Tracy Albert wants to know, I didn't notice, did you finish Sarah's quilt?
No, I didn't, because she keeps coming down here. So I have to like throw it in a drawer really quick because she sews too. And so I have to kind of hide it. But her birthday is coming up soon. So I'm hoping to be able to finish it before then, but don't have my fingers crossed, but she won't care. She'll get it eventually. So she doesn't know about it still. I've been trying to keep it really secret. So I have this little bucket over here that I just keep putting it in that you can't see through, because most of the stuff in my space you can see through, so I can see what's in them. So yeah.
Janet Johnson says she's new to your channel and you explain things to follow so easily.
Oh, thanks. Somebody asked if I was going to do the sew along for the St. Patrick's Day quilt. Yes. Fort Worth Fabric Studio apparently thought I did an okay job because they asked me to come back. So that was very nice of them. And so, yeah, I'm going to make the videos again. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, cool. So I didn't miss it.
No, you didn't miss it. No. Hopefully like I said, I'm hoping to get it done by her birthday, but I don't think I will because her birthday's in just a couple weeks. You guys, I'm going to have a teenager. She's going to be 13. So she's such a good kid though, and so mature that I'm not really that worried about it. But I'm starting to feel old. So
I feel you there too. Zoe's not as old as Sarah. Sarah's got a couple of years on her, but Zoe's got the teenage attitude.
Yeah.
She gives a look and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, you go back like 5 years. I want the cute little girl who thought I was the world.
Yeah. I know, right? I started getting that about a year ago. And to be honest with you, it's settled down now. Like now she's coming out of that. So I'm hoping we've gotten past that now. I kind of expected it when she was a teenager, but it kind of hit a little early. And now she's mostly past that. So I'm glad. Like I feel for parents whose kids have that for several years, because I know there's people that do. We only had to put up with it really for like a year with her, and she seems to be coming out of that now. So yeah, I'm lucky.
Just look at your baby and you'll be young again, says Netta. You know, I found, I don't know where it is. I had it up there, but I think I moved it. But seeing Netta's name reminded me there it is, actually, right here. I just wanted to show this. So Netta made these little doilies a long time ago and sent me one.
Cute. Yeah.
I still have this, and it was actually, I don't know if you saw me grab it. It was actually sitting on my little singer up there, and I just wanted to say thank you, Netta. I still have it. I love this. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so pretty. Okay, somebody asked me about the striped binding. They said, what kind of stripe binding do you buy? Is it straight? They said salvage. I'm assuming salvage. To salvage or diagonal. This binding was already at a diagonal, so I just had to cut it salvage to salvage, which is really nice. You can do a diagonal binding from a striped fabric that is straight. You just have to cut it on the bias, which is not as fun. You guys know it gets stretchy and can be a problem. But if you starch, like if you best press or you starch and do it sort of heavier than you normally would, that does help. So yeah.
Speaking of girls, moms, I have a habit of telling my daughter, when you used to like me.
Yeah, that That sounds very familiar. Over the last year, I've had many of those conversations with Sarah. You used to get along with me. You used to like hanging out with mommy, but she's starting to kind of come back to that now. So especially lately, she's been hanging around me a lot more. And I think part of that is the whole virus thing, because she can't hang out with a lot of her friends. So she's hanging around me more because you guys know I have 4 kids. She's my only girl. We have a whole house full of boys. So she's always like, oh, all these boys. So I think she likes hanging out with me, and she likes to sew. So that's kind of a bonding place for us. So yeah, she grabbed her sewing machine actually before the live today and took it up in her bedroom. And she keeps kind of peeking down the stairs with what she's working on. She's working on a layer cake quilt. So it's really fun. So I'm enjoying it.
Me too. I'm reading through the chat.
Yeah.
Linda Denton says that she loves a stripe binding, and she's been looking for the right stripe, but she has not found any on diagonal.
Okay, yeah, this was from the Holiday Essentials line by Stacy Itsu, that Fort Worth Fabric Studio used for the project, and it already came diagonal. So that was nice. I don't have any of that fabric in my shop, but they still had some like a week ago, but I haven't checked for a while. So you might want to check Fort Worth Fabric Studio and see if they've got it if you're looking for that stripe. So Mary said, I felt with this project, Fort Worth Fabric Studio was very generous with their fabric cuts. I thought so too. I was glad to see that, because I had a lot of people at the beginning of the project ask me if there was enough to starch, and there definitely was, even if they used the heavy regular starch, which shrinks your fabric more than best press. So yeah, there was plenty, which was kind of nice, because actually one of the cuts I made, I cut my square like a 1/4 inch too small, and I had plenty to like cut another square. So it was good.
I love it when you do a sew along or a kit or a block of the month or whatever it is, where they give you just enough that if you messed up, you can get a little bit more fabric out of it. I mean, we all know that for me, I've even had instances where I've cut a square 1/2 inch too small or whatever, and then I'll just cut a bigger piece or a scrap and I'll sew it on there. And when you put it into the quilt top, nobody will ever see that seam because it's going to sink away. But I have been in block of the month programs where you get your kit and they gave you exactly what you needed if you cut the fabric a certain way. And they don't tell you that until you starched it and you cut it, and then you end up short.
Yeah, I started a block of the month, and I'm not going to say what company it was, but a pretty well-known company 2 years ago, and I haven't finished the quilt because the very first month, I cut one piece wrong, and there was absolutely no extra, like none, no extra. I think the scrap left over was like that skinny. So, and I needed like a 3-inch square. And then I tried to get more of the fabric, and that fabric was not available anymore. So eventually someday I'll take that piece of fabric and try to match the color as close as I can to something else and like replace it and finish it, because I do love what the quilt looks like. But it was frustrating, and it made me not want to work on it anymore. So yeah.
Denise wants to know if you buy the extra fabric with the Cotton Cuts mystery quilt. I don't. I put it together with what they give me.
Yeah, I haven't, knock on wood, needed to yet. You know, you never know. There's a chance in the future I could have to, but I haven't needed to. So yeah. Oh, Karen said it's sold out at Fort Worth Fabric Studio. Okay, so if it's sold out, then just do a search on Google or Etsy and put in Holiday Essentials Valentine Stacy Itsu, or just put in Holiday Essentials Moda Valentine, and you should be able to find it somewhere. So
see if I can find it for you. It's the Holiday Essentials.
Yeah, the Valentine line by Stacy Itsu. So yeah. We'll let Becca look that up. Does anybody else have any questions while she's looking that up? Because then we're going to end after that, because my daughter just texted me, is that, when are we eating dinner?
Well, you know what? You have all the same website. I was going to go on a deep dive looking for it, but my best guess would be, here's where I go when I can't find fabric. If Stephanie isn't carrying it, or Soya doesn't carry it, or whatever, I go to Etsy, because there are a ton of quilt shops that are powered on Etsy. And I'll go to Fat Quarter Shop and Missouri Star, because they're big box stores that have just about anything you could look for. And if you can't find it in one of those three, start with Etsy, because those are small mom and pop shops that will benefit from your sale a little bit more than Jenny Doan or Kimberly Jolly. But give those a look and see if you can find it that way.
And this fabric, the Holiday Essentials, it's not like a one and done, like most of the designer lines from Moda or Riley Blake or whoever. They print them one time and that's it. These Holiday Essentials, they're going to keep reprinting them. So you should be able to find it. And if you can't, it'll come out again. So yeah.
All right. Well, I think I want to go eat too. So from my end, I'm ready to say goodbye.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming and sewing with me. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got our Clue 1 done, and we'll be back with Clue 2 in just a couple days, because I think they're releasing them like every 2 or 3 days. So you're going to see us again.
And hopefully I can figure out what the heck is going on with the cameras before then.
Yeah, that's kind of stinky.
The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, I talked about this on a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and I think I mentioned it to you on a Marco Polo. I think that the wiring in here is definitely 20 amp, because I know the electrician did it, but I don't think he did that in the panel downstairs, because I just noticed while you were talking, my laptop battery was draining even though it was plugged in. And so I think that actually is what's going on. The batteries in the camera are not powering enough, and it's not having issues if I only have one camera running, but the more I have electricity running. So I think it's the electrician needs to come in.
Yeah, so. It sounds like it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go get some chicken spaghetti, and thank you for having me. I can't wait to come back and do it too.
Thanks for coming on. It was a lot of fun. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye.